All right. Hello. This is my interview with a stranger, and this is my interviewee, and we're going to get started. All right. May I have your permission to record you for this video?
Yes.
Okay. May I have your permission to use your first and last name and your image for this project?
Yep.
Okay. May I please ask your name, occupation, and what city you call home?
My name is Mallory Ecker. I'm a barista at Bigby. And then so I call home Ithaca because I grew up there most of my life, but I now live in Mount Pleasant, but I'm still going to call Ithaca my home.
Cool. Awesome. All right. How would you describe yourself?
I'm pretty outgoing once people get to know me. Kind of shy as right now, but I don't know, funny, kind.
Do you think the people like around you would describe you like in a similar way?
Honestly, I do. In some instances, just because like when I am around new people, I'm not as like energetic and like talkative, just because I don't know that person yet. But yeah, I think that they would.
Okay, cool. How do you feel today?
Tired.
Okay. How do you really feel today?
Exhausted, just because my hours changed at my work, and we now open at 4:30. And since I live in Mount Pleasant, it's a 30-minute drive, so I have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work.
Wow.
And work an 8.5-hour shift.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not very fun. So you work
Yeah,
at
no.
Bigby.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like working there?
Yeah, I like working there. I like my coworkers and my boss a lot, but sometimes the customers are a little mean, but other than that, I love it.
How long have you worked there?
I think because it's a new Bigby in Ithaca, so they've only been open since August of 2022. So it's been about like 2 years, I think.
Okay.
Coming up on 2 years.
Okay.
About, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I would like to ask you to tell me a story about a difficult time in your life when you received someone's compassion.
I'd have to say that was when my great grandma passed away this last summer. I had a lot of like people showing kindness to me and being compassionate and showing empathy towards me because they knew that I was going through a hard time, even though they were also going through a hard time due to them also losing their family member.
Okay. When you remember the compassion that was shown to you, how do you feel about reliving this memory?
I feel better knowing that people were there to be compassionate for me, especially when I was in a time of like being sad and just having all these emotions going through me. But looking back on it, I am thankful for the people who showed compassion towards me, and it just makes me want to show compassion towards other people in those certain situations too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, does that like change your outlook if like it's okay. If you get shown compassion, does it change how like you're gonna give compassion in a way?
In a way, yes, but like I don't want to just do it because somebody else did it to me. I want to do it just because like they deserve to have compassion in that moment or whatever. But yeah.
It's okay. Can you tell me a story of the time when you offered compassion to someone?
It's another like sad-ish like story. So my best friend's dad passed away a year ago from dementia and cancer. So I had to be compassionate towards her to know that it's okay and that like she's gone through a lot of stuff in her life and she's adopted, so like this was her her adopted dad that but like treated her like a biological dad because she was so young. And I just tried telling her that it's going to be okay. Like, there are more things to look forward to. And yeah, like, he might not be here now anymore, but he's still looking over you and making sure that you're okay.
Gotcha. Is there a time you or someone else needed compassion and didn't receive it? And why do you think that is?
I would say that there have been a few instances, just not, like, particular, but, I think, like, we don't show compassion sometimes just because it's hard, because you don't know what to say, or you don't know how to make somebody feel, I don't know, like, you don't know a good way to make them feel happy in, like, a tough situation, so it's more difficult too, so that probably it makes you not want to, like, show compassion. That was a weird explanation, but
It's all right. Everybody has a different, like,
outlook.
Yeah, I think. Is there a time? Nope, just did that one. Is there a time when you wish you would have shown more compassion but didn't?
I think I'm kind of a over compassionate person, so like I am compassionate way too much in certain instances. So I feel like I should kind of step back sometimes because I don't exactly know what somebody's going through, or I don't know how to exactly cheer them up, like kind of like previously I said.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I show compassionate pretty well, like compassionism. I don't know.
Compassion.
Yeah, whatever.
That's okay. Do you think compassion and just like general kindness are like in the same thing, or are they different, or like what's your like take on those two things?
You said compassion and kindness?
Yeah, kindness.
I think they are in a way the same thing, but they're also a little bit different. Like kindness, like you can be kind to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But like if somebody's having a bad day and like you don't know that, you can't show them that type of compassion like if they're in a certain situation.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you know that somebody's going through that, like you just sometimes being kind to people,
Go ahead.
like gives them the wrong impression of like what you're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
just because they might not be interpreting it the same way that you are in a way.
Yeah.
So I do think that there is some sort of a difference between kindness and compassion, but like I'd say like compassion's over here and then like kindness is over here, but like they still can meet in the middle and
Mm-hmm.
like help each other out.
Okay, I like that. That's fun. Do you think compassion is important? In what ways?
I think it is important just because it's nice knowing that people are there for you or you're there for somebody else. Even if it's not in like a sad situation, like you are still being there for somebody. Even if they don't necessarily like say that they want it, but yeah.
Do you think sometimes we show too much compassion?
Yeah. And I think that there are certain times where you can show like too much compassion, but then in other instances you shouldn't, just because like it could be too much on that person.
If you were to offer some words of wisdom about compassion, what would they be? I can ask you something different.
Yeah.
And then we can circle back to it if you
like,
want.
I'm trying to like concentrate, but all I can hear is that clock.
That clock is really loud. But, do you think that, like, we as, like, a society, like, don't show people we don't know compassion enough? Or do you think we show it, like, too much?
We don't show, like, people we don't know, we don't show it enough, like, as we should. Because, like, you could see somebody on, like, you could see, like, a homeless person, and you could be like, oh, like, weird little, like, way of showing this, but, like, you could see somebody on the side of the road. They don't have to be homeless. They could be, whatever. But, you might think, oh, like, they're probably just on a walk, or, oh, they need help, or they need a ride somewhere, or anything like that, and sometimes we just brush it off and just drive past them without even, like, asking or wondering too much into it. But I feel like we should be giving more compassion to those who don't seem like they are getting it enough, just because, like, they deserve it too.
Do you think part of the reason we don't show too much compassion to strangers is because we're nervous about, like how we are? Like, because, like, interaction, the anxiety of an interaction with someone you don't know.
Yeah, I do agree with that too, because like I said earlier, like, I'm really introverted, I think it is. It's very, like, you don't like talking to, like, people you don't know, or, like, in big groups. But, because that's how I am. Like, if I don't know you, or if, like, I haven't, like, seen you or met you before, I'm not, like, I'm more than likely not going to talk to you or, like, give you that compassion that, like, you deserve. So I do agree with that, just because of that, like, main factor, because a lot of people do get anxious about things, and they do get anxiety about just random things that could happen during that altercation, interaction, whatever.
Yeah, because as you know, to me, Mallory's a sort of stranger. We kind of know each other a little bit, but not enough to where this is a super comfortable experience.
Yeah, no.
But it does help make us connect more, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, we both had anxiety about this coming into it.
Yeah.
I've never really interviewed someone, and she's never really got interviewed.
Yeah.
So it's really just like a learning experience for both of us, which can be very awkward.
Yes.
This is probably our 10th take of this.
Yeah.
Because we got very awkward for many parts.
Yeah. It was rough.
Yeah. But, so, back to the words of wisdom. Do you have any?
I don't think I really have any words of wisdom about compassion. Just do it. To those that you don't know. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's your word of advice. You never know.
You never know.
But thank you so much for speaking with me. I learned a lot about you as a person who I know, but I don't really know. You know, it really kind of helped me, like, know how you kind of see the world, which is really important with someone you want to get to know.
Get to know.
Yeah.
And be, like, friends with.
Closer with, yeah. And then I thought it was very, like, meaningful to know that, and very helpful to maybe build a future friendship as we continue on in this class that we're in together.
Yeah.
But we can hope.
Yeah.
We'll see. This concludes interview number 4. It is an interview number 4 for me because I will be posting this in the end, like, May, I think, because I want to save my last interview with a stranger for my last one, even though this is...
The best is last.
Yeah. I wanted to save it for last because it felt different from all the others, I would assume. I did my interview with my sister, but this interview would be my technical second interview, but will be posted as the 4th interview. So, yay!